I did a poll on both YouTube and on Instagram, and I wanted to know which puzzle you want to see first. And we're going to see who the winner was in the polls, even though if you are subscribed to the channel already or you follow me on Instagram, you have most likely seen which puzzle got the most votes. First puzzle is a 2000 piece Nathan puzzle. It's a scrapbook of Disney characters and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing this puzzle. It's going to be, I think, a pretty fun and most likely very fast challenge. Second puzzle, which was actually the least popular. It's a landscape image. I can see why it was not appealing to very many people, because it's kind of those traditional old Ravensburger puzzles, but it's going to be a super fun challenge to do at some point. Very few people voted for this in comparison to all the other puzzles, but I want to give a shout out to the underdog people because this is a good puzzle. 6,000 piece Disney. Now the story to this puzzle is that I have actually never done anything over 3,000 pieces, so this is a large piece count that I would normally not go for. But I fell victim to the sale that they had in Aldi. This was actually the second most popular. So once I'm done with the first place puzzle, which I'm going to show you just now, it's going to be time for the 6,000 piece. So the winning puzzle was kind of obviously this one that had an overwhelming majority in the votes, both on Instagram and on YouTube as well. If you have had any encounter with Puzzle YouTube, you have already heard of Karen Puzzles, who has designed a couple of puzzles for Ravensburger in cooperation with the company, and this is one of them. This is the 3,000 piece version. I have been saving this puzzle for a while, mostly because it's an experience, but also it's just a lot of effort to do a 3,000 piece puzzle. The main reason for that is that I have limited space. My dining table that I usually puzzle on is just barely big enough for a 3,000 piece puzzle. So let's get started with the solve. If it wasn't obvious, it's the next day. I have a new aquarium behind me with fish from a different aquarium, from a different spot of the room. And yeah, life just happened when I said, let's get going. I ended up not starting the puzzle at all. So yeah, I've set up my table and let's actually get started. And let's see. There we have it. 3,000 pieces. With the light coming from that way, you're going to have a completely obstructed view of the box itself, but you know the image already anyway. And yeah, yay! And some puzzle ASMR coming up. What I think I'm going to do is not pour out the pieces onto the table. I'm going to be working from the box at first, and I'm just going to sort the edge pieces just to have those completely separate. And also to do the edge, it's just nice to have at least the edge pieces out of the box and that less pieces in the box to have to look at. And then once I actually see the pieces, I'm going to see where to go from there. And I'm going to be obviously working with puzzle boards. I've got the smaller ones, but mostly it's these large boards that I'm going to be using a lot, because these are just a comfortable size for moving around a larger number of pieces. This is most likely the least efficient way of sorting edges, but to be honest, I enjoy it so very much. It's just going through the puzzle pieces and yeah, getting to know the pieces a little bit before you put them in place, which is, yeah, sounds kind of soapy, but yeah, I like this part of putting together a puzzle. When you're just going through the pieces and it's all nice and it sounds nice. Just look at the dust that flies around if I fondle with the pieces a little bit, because it's pretty funny. That's all dust. I just did something kind of silly because I went like this to wipe one of the boards that I was using, and I'm not sure how visible it is on the video, but it's, yeah, I ended up with a blue streak, so I'm going to have to wash this jumper. Oh well, but yeah, I've got puzzle dust all over. What I'm thinking I'm going to do next is, because I have been rolling and rolling the pieces around and around, and I don't have the patience anymore to search for edge pieces, so I'm going to start on the edges and just see how far I get. I also very randomly ended up sorting a couple of pieces, which are basically this here. So it's these color swatches. I'm probably going to get to that at one point as well. Most likely I have not collected nearly enough pieces of them, so I will still see how many I actually find, like now. I'm still going to see how many I'm actually going to find among the pieces as I'm just solving everything, but let's just go with the edge for now. So most of the edge pieces that I had selected are connected to each other. I didn't connect everything because they're kind of long. And right now I'm thinking that I'm not going to assemble the edge yet. My table that I am using is actually just large enough for 3,000 pieces. That means that if I just put down the edge on the sides of the table to form the full puzzle, the edge will just keep falling off and it is going to drive me nuts. So I think the only thing that is left for me is to start sorting out sections of the big pile and decide what I'm going to start with. What I'm considering is to pick something off of the image, which is most likely going to be either this here, the color swatches, or the plates and those white sections, because those are pretty easy to see in the pile as well. So I might just go ahead and sort those and then see where the puzzle goes from there. I definitely need to put together a section, at least, that kind of holds something in place, because I think that's the way that I'm not going to go completely nuts with pieces flying all over the place. I have kind of had enough of sorting, so however many pieces I have of the color swatch thingies, I'm just going to get started. So I'm moving everything to the side, and I'm also going to take the edge piece that belongs to it. This is going to go to the very edge of the table later on. So for now, I can just put it in the middle so that I don't have to worry about it. And then I'm just going to spread out my pieces. That's the first section done. This is the little color swatch area. There's only a couple of pieces missing, which is not that bad. And I can set it on the side and move on to something else. As kind of expected, this is going pretty slow. I basically just connect random things that I find whenever pieces fit. And I guess I will try and build the reds along with the white lines that are going across, where there's that white tray that is going across the red section. So I'm going to try and build that and then see how I go from there. I have done basically the entire red part on the right side of the puzzle, so over there. That's basically all that I managed to sort out and collect. Obviously, the puzzle pieces are missing from the middles, but yeah, I'll find those later. And now I'm most likely going to take a break, and then I'm going to see how I continue. Like, the white parts are actually pretty annoying, to be honest, so I might actually go and sort or just collect one of the other colors that I could work with later. I decided to still do a little bit of the puzzle just because it's late-ish, but not that late. So I am going to just play around a little bit more. Most likely just complete a little bit of the white if I can still connect a couple of pieces, or I will start sorting out the next color that I want to work with. Yeah, that's basically what I think I'm still going to do. I don't think I'm going to spend more than maybe half an hour, something like that. So yeah, just a little bit of casual, just to move the puzzle along a little bit. Right, I didn't progress very much. I'm also pretty sleepy. So yeah, I basically just got a bit of the white and some other random pieces, but I also wasn't paying too much attention. I'm going to wrap it up because tomorrow is actually going to be a pretty long day. Actually, the weekend is going to be pretty long. I am going to Dortmund for a competition about which you're actually going to see a video before this one appears. So yes, you're going to hear about that. And I will let you know once I get back to this puzzle. It has been a couple of days being away from this puzzle. There was a competition that I went to, and that was just so busy. We basically left in the morning and only got back late at night. So I barely even touched this puzzle. Basically, I did complete some of the plates that are lying around, and I have sorted out everything that is blue. So I'm going to be progressing with that, and probably with these white sections. That's pretty much my plan for the next move. I'm getting very, very close of having to lay out the puzzle on the actual table because that's all the boards that I have, so I can't really do anything else. This is a big moment that I have just noticed, and I'm going to do my best to make it look good on camera. Yay! Éhes vagy? Éhes vagy? Right, I basically have all the blue stuff sorted out and completed, which was surprisingly more challenging than I kind of thought it would be. Like, with all the puzzle pieces hanging around everywhere, it kind of breaks the pattern. So it gets super confusing, which is actually very enjoyable in a weird way. Yeah, so these are basically done, and it is getting closer and closer to the point where I'm going to have to lay all of this on the table and actually have the puzzle laid out the way it's supposed to. But I think first I'm going to do the white sections as well, just to have that completed as well, so that I will have a bit more reference for the image to lay it out properly. And then I'm also going to be able to pick and place a bit more. What's also pretty funny is that I have these, for example, like the black area here and on the blue somewhere too. And the plates actually fit to there. So I would be able to already place these and connect them to larger chunks as well, which I'm kind of happy about. But yeah, so most likely, even though it seems like there's not much of the puzzle completed, there's actually a bigger chunk of it done than what it looks like. But that's usually what is the most fun about these large puzzles, actually, I think. That basically you work on it, you work on it, you work on it, it feels like you're nowhere because it's not together yet, and then all of a sudden you put these sections all together, and then suddenly you have like half of the puzzle already done. So yeah, I think I will go on with the white parts, and then I will see how we go on. Today is January 29th and it's International Puzzle Day. So basically, what better day than today to, well, finally actually start laying out the puzzle. As you can see, I basically created a huge mess by now because I just wanted to work on the boards and just get smaller sections done so that I can coordinate myself. So this is going to be, yeah, a project. But because the puzzle is exactly the size of my table, the box is going to have to go somewhere. I'm going to put it somewhere where I can still kind of see the image, but yeah, I also don't really need it anymore. I have kind of memorized it by now. But yes, I'm going to start and lay the puzzle out as it's supposed to be. And I think what I'm going to do is move all my boards onto my chair. Say we take a look at how much I managed to do just on boards and without, yeah, basically seeing the whole picture in front of myself. And then we can take a look. Yay! It's actually a lot of it done already. Yeah, this is what I was saying basically, that if you think you haven't done a lot with just on boards, yeah, just lay it on the table and you will realize that you actually have a lot of it done. Like, I would say it's about a third of the puzzle done. From here on, I think it's also going to hopefully go a little bit quicker because I actually have reference points, so I can actually work inside frames, smaller sections. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Because I already have these little batches selected from various places, I am going to also work on these. And from here on, because now I can move around the table all over the place, so it's free everywhere, I'm going to, yeah, just randomly, yeah, work on sections. I just found this piece that I have been looking for so long, so yay! It's going in here. So the plant is done. It's actually so cool to see it already spread out like this. So from here on, it's really just the fun part, as in like, yeah, inserting all of the leftover places. So yeah, let's get going. One funny thing, very conveniently, the top left corner is actually already done over there, so I can pretty much just put the puzzle box on top of that. Okay, let's take a look at how it's going. Basically, these are just the 3 trays that are left, and I kind of have just the puzzle pieces left, and yeah, that yellow section. Somehow the purple is also coming together very, very difficult, so that's also probably going to stay until the very end as a gap. But other than that, basically a nice big chunk of the puzzle is done, and that's what it looks like at the moment. I love how it's exactly the size of the table. So yes, this is where we're at, and this is where I'm going to continue tomorrow. I don't think I can finish it today anymore. It is yet another day, and hopefully it's the last day. There's not much left of the puzzle. It's literally just these 2 boards. I would say maybe about 200 pieces. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going and see how it goes. Yeah, let's see how many times I can still repeat going. Yeah, basically there's little patches left, pretty much these green puzzle pieces that are around, then these big patches, and yeah, basically the insides of puzzle pieces. So I'm going to be playing with those. Maybe I will also shape sort those last few pieces. I will see how I feel. It's also not really difficult anymore. Yeah, most likely these would make the most sense for now, to do the purple and to do this yellowy greeny. It's just these couple of pieces left and we're done. It's one last puzzle piece that I still have to put together. How stylish is it that I basically end up placing a last piece in there? Okay, the puzzle piece is going to be the last thing to be placed in this puzzle. Okay, last piece. Literally and figuratively. It's done! Yay! It's done! It's finished. I actually have to run for an appointment, so I'm going to sit down and talk about this puzzle a little bit later, but I still managed to finish it before I had to leave, so yay! Yeah, 3,000 pieces. It's so fun! It's so fun! It's a really, really cool image and super meta as well, because I kept putting puzzle pieces together to place them. I loved this one. It was super fun. The puzzle is done, and I couldn't be happier with this puzzle, to be honest. I really, really enjoyed every single piece of it. Even though I'm not that much into color work and gradients and things like that, thankfully the gradients are broken up very much by all of the little puzzle pieces everywhere. So there's always something to do in this puzzle that attracts your attention, and there's always something to grab for. So it has been an extremely enjoyable puzzle, and it just looks so cool that my entire table is just a puzzle. It actually went faster than I thought, even though it took a couple of days, but It was also a quite busy couple of days, so I ended up working on this way less than I originally anticipated. It's the usual Ravensburger quality, including the puzzle dust that was involved in the whole thing. It's glitter, puzzle glitter. The puzzle is incredible. I think it's actually way more challenging than what it looks like because of the sheer amount of pieces as well. There's just whatever is a gradient, it's a lot more than you kind of expect. And then a lot of the things that you think should connect to each other don't. What's also pretty interesting is that you end up completing a lot of these separate puzzle pieces that you end up placing into the puzzle in the end. In general, it's just such joy of a puzzle. So there is a reason that this is hyped up so much. It looks so cool, and I would very happily do it again. But there's a number of large piece count puzzles that are waiting for me at the moment to complete them. So I'm going to be moving on to the next puzzle that you can find out about in an upcoming video. But until then, I'm just going to still enjoy this puzzle a little bit before I actually break it down. If you have enjoyed this video, then definitely hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. I really can't wait to share all of the puzzle adventures that I'm going to be going on this year. So definitely, if you want to follow along, then subscribe to the channel and you're definitely going to be getting updates from this puzzle room and of the puzzles that I have completed and encountered. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. I didn't think it through properly.